Pfizer has agreed to pay $2.3 billion, the largest healthcare fraud settlement in the history of the Department of Justice. Within that $2.3 billion is a criminal fine of $1.195 billion, which makes it the largest criminal fine in history. Now, today's settlement is an example of the department's ongoing and intensive efforts to protect the public fisc and recover funds for the federal treasury from those who seek to profit from fraud. It shows one of the many ways that the federal government, in partnership with our state and local allies, can help the American public at a time when budgets are tight and healthcare costs are increasing. Now, before I turn this over to my colleagues, I want to highlight three things about what we're announcing today. First, I think, as should be obvious, combating healthcare fraud is one of this administration's top law enforcement priorities. By all accounts, every year we lose billions of dollars to Medicare and Medicaid funds from fraud. Those billions represent healthcare dollars that could be spent on medicine, on elder care, on emergency room visits, or simply lowering the cost of care. But instead are spent on medicines and devices that are simply not effective for the patients to whom they are prescribed, or the result of illegal kickbacks given to healthcare providers to get them to prescribe certain drugs, even if they're not approved for use. When a drug is marketed or promoted for non-authorized so-called off-label uses, any use not approved by the FDA, as was the case here, public health may be at risk, and there's a real danger for patients that the medical providers who prescribed the medicine or the device aren't provided with, don't have full information about the drug's risks and benefits. Because healthcare fraud is such a significant problem that affects both safety as well as the federal treasury, the Department of Justice and the Department of Health and Human Services recently reinvigorated our longstanding partnership in this area by launching the Healthcare Enforcement Action Team, or HEAT. And as many of you, I think, know, this task force is led by people at the very topmost level of both departments, and we've already worked to increase coordination, intelligence data sharing, as well as to secure indictments against dozens of defendants, which we've been announcing on a rolling basis and we envision continuing to do.